All right, so Emilia, give me a second here, okay? To answer your question, okay, or your comment, your statement, I got your statement on the Instagram. I did not accept. I don't accept anybody's from because the Instagram thing is a whole other story. Okay, but I got your message. So here's me replying to. It's not like I have a lot of messages to reply to. So I said I'm gonna try to. But I wrote you back on YouTube, and here's the video that I'm making because I'm trying to put some thought behind what it is that I'm trying to say to you. Okay, first off, it was very interesting what you said in the comment that you sent me, which was um that you had this strong feeling and all this, like, in other words, like that's I'm glad you wrote me. As far as me knowing what you will say and what you won't say, or blah blah blah, I never got from on back then. I ran into problems with Instagram, like when the time period where I'm saying about 10, 11 years ago, when I started receiving messages. I received those through YouTube. I don't know if freaking maybe I got one or two Instagram messages before Instagram started going freaking haywire, and I didn't use Instagram. I didn't use like Twitter. Like, I started one and then fucking shit started going fucked up. So I just got away from that. Then the YouTube getting locked out. Once I uploaded my songs onto YouTube, right after I uploaded basically my songs to YouTube, shortly after that, I got locked out of my YouTube. Now, if I the comparison of my first YouTube compared to the comparison to this YouTube, I wasn't saying nothing like I'm saying on here to get fucking locked out of my first YouTube. Okay, my password started not working, yada yada, etc., and so forth. As far as answering or recommenting towards your comment about me knowing what you might say ahead of time, there are only the things that I know that were said around me around about that time. I'm talking, I did call the feds, okay, around about that time, because there was some really weird shit that was going on. A video, and I've talked about this multiple times in other videos I've made. There was a family member of mine, close enough, okay, that all of a sudden I get a video chat from this person. I'm talking to them on the video chat. I called up my grandmother at the time. I said, "Hey, Grandma, guess who just called me?" Because I was just getting to know her, too. She knew these people more than I knew these people. Okay. I brought up that to her. I said, so-and-so just out of the blue video chatted with me. It was a nice conversation. She talked to him, but I said there was certain things that weren't seeming right during the conversation. Okay, like I'd ask him a question, and the reply was completely off. Okay, from the question that I asked. I mean, it was just completely like, what color's the sky? And it's like, oh, that was a green turtle. It was fucking weird. Okay, so I called up my grandmother that I had just started speaking to. My grandmother called him. He turned around and started to fucking talk shit about me. Okay? To my grandmother. Oh, Anthony's back up to playing his bullshit again. Blah, 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 blah. Now, here's the interesting part. My grandmother said, next time it happens, Anthony, record it. I said, okay, no problem. I will. That's what I was planning to do anyway, because I got tired of the shit back then. But I got a camera ready because there was another call. It's like, call me next week, blah, blah, blah. So I had a camera ready to go all week, waiting for this call. He'll call me, right? So incoming call starts, bam, press the camera off to the side, enough to get the screen, and me picking up the phone call, which is, that's that takes timing, man. Thank God I got this. From the minute the call started coming in, I pressed the camera, bam, the camera's off to the side, it gets the whole fucking phone call. I call up my grandmother. I say, "Hey, Grandma, I just got the freaking the video chat, the incoming video chat, blah 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 blah." Now, the first time my grandmother turned around to me and said that he didn't speak to me. This person in my family did not speak to me. The second time, my grandmother said, well, did you get it on camera? I said, yeah, Grandma, I got it on camera, blah, blah, blah. She's like, well, can you send me the video? Blah. So either way, she was able to see the video, see that I wasn't bullshitting, and then she was able to take the video and show it to them. Because they were like, oh, Anthony's up playing his bullshit, okay? And then that stopped right there. Again, he said that he didn't talk to me. And freaking, at that point, my grandmother had the freaking video of him calling me and me picking up the phone. Now, as far as freaking him still denying it, he said the same thing, like something's not right. But that video, which was in my grandmother's possession, fucking went missing, along with a couple other things that were very important at that time period, all went missing. So, this is to Emily Clark. And you don't know, like, obviously, I'm bringing up the things that's why I was saying about the messages, okay? Now, only about a year ago, that same video chat, I called him. Now, this is separated by 10 years, okay? I called him. It was the same fucking video chat. Same video chat from 10 years prior. That's what I'm saying. There was a girl that, there was a girl that I started to write to on Facebook. Actually, this girl wrote me out of the blue. This girl just starts writing me out of the blue. And I'm like, oh, okay, she's pretty, kind of, well, this and that, blah, blah, blah. She starts writing me out of the blue. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's great, blah, blah, blah. I'm writing back messages. I'm like, you do know who I am, or who do you know, or whatever the fuck the messages were. The messages didn't seem to be lining up like freaking normal. Like, this is a constant theme, okay? From 10 years ago to fucking only a few years ago. Now, when I looked into this girl, okay, not you, okay, this is another completely different situation. Well, same situation, different person. When I looked into this girl didn't fucking exist. Okay? I was communicating with her profile on Facebook, but her fucking profile did not exist. Okay, how the fuck is that possible? I don't know. But I can explain it like this, okay? When she sent me a message, the only way that I was able to get to her profile was from the message she sent. Other than that, her profile didn't exist. Now, when I looked for this person did not exist, okay? I met this person a few years back. Now, a few of the pictures I clicked and I saved, right? Because now I'm just like, well, who the fuck is this? I got rid of the pictures freaking of this person along with a whole bunch of other shit. The point being is that a few years ago, I, in a very interesting circumstance that I've already brought up in videos, but I just won't say in this video where or when, I met this person. And we sort of became friends, like acquaintance friends, okay? The thing about this is once I realized, now I did not remember this person right away because I was not fully aware and awoke. And I'm asking myself if I'm still waking up or freaking not waking up, okay? But all I know is that this person, when I seen their profile after becoming friends with them in real life, I said, holy shit, this is the same fucking girl from 10 fucking years, from, at that point it was like 7 or 8 years ago. I said, holy shit, this is the same fucking person. But how could that be? Because when I checked and seen when her Facebook was created, it was only created a few years ago, not 10 years ago or 8 years ago. The pictures that she was posting, the pictures that I was like, well, I definitely remember this picture, and I definitely remember this picture of this person, those pictures were only posted literally like after we became friends in real life. And I brought this up to this person. I said, oh, yo, when did you take those pictures? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, that was like last week, blah, 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 or last month. I was with my friend and blah, blah, blah. Why we were talking, right? Very... I didn't go into any of this shit with this person, It's just very interesting, the replies I got back. So these are examples of what I'm saying as far as the statement you made or the question or whatever you think. It's not that I know what you're going to say, and I don't know what you're going to say. I know certain things that were said to me. This is why I said be wary. I'm not saying, because I'm just saying be wary of people using that term that I just said in the last video around you, because the people that I know that use that term, there's two people in my family that I don't know how to explain this. Like in other words, like oh God, oh God. Put it like this, like there's two people in my family that basically, like, they turned into some sort of fucking like hierarchy. Meanwhile, they didn't exactly deserve that position. Okay, all right, and because when I say family, I also am including like people a part of that structure of what would be considered a covenant. Okay. People were very jealous of things that I was able to do. These saps, these easy controlled, some of them know things, and others, that's what I'm saying. There's two people that come to mind, and I've already brought them up recently, and that's what I'm saying. It's like they used pushovers. Wow, man. I don't necessarily like anybody in my family at this point, okay? My mom's gone. My grandmother that I just mentioned, she passed away. All of these people have just passed away within months. A whole lot of people have passed away within a very short amount of time. Okay, in my life. very fucking suspicious, if you ask me. And then on top of that, there's other things. And as far as the lookalikes that you were mentioning in the freaking other comment, some of the other comments, that is what I am trying to say. First off, as far as there are straight up fucking clones, okay? And what I know about them is it's not so much the normal how the fuck do I explain this? Another word, I've already explained this so many different times, and it's like in other words, there's the clones. The clones don't always freaking. In other words, one might like the taste. Most of them, 80%, 90% of the fucking clones might like the taste of fucking strawberries. There is an exception to that. Okay, does that make sense there? Okay, in other words, they might like a certain type of music. They might like this, but then there's the less percent that might not. Okay, that is like the true nature of the body of the clone. Okay, as far as the spirit goes, okay, this is where a lot of shit has become very, very complicated in the very, very like heavy, not talked about fucking world, which I really don't like making these videos because I'm actually helping some of these jerk offs like fucking understand things so that they could sit there and claim to be, and then therefore they are putting fucking other fucking people who are already in this in fucking danger. There is a lot of trickery, obviously, when it comes to fucking witchcraft, okay, and then that's a part of that whole fucking, okay. The problem is that it's gotten fucking out of hand when it comes to social media. It was already fucking bad enough when like, in other words, social media had been around fucking a long fucking time. Those photos with people that look like they're using fucking cell phones, those are very, very real. Very fucking real. End of the story. Phones like this, like smartphones, those things have been around way before fucking beepers, okay? Trust me. There are things that I've went into in all these videos. That's why it's really funny how fucking over the past freaking 12, 14 years, you know, every single time, from the time that I learned even how to turn a fucking computer on and really like try to sign in and use a computer. Okay, and I'm not talking about the days when I could care less inside fucking school. I'm talking about literally like at a friend's house. Can you please show me? And they took the time to like explain. And I took the time to fucking actually learn. So the point being is from that time I see all these MK Ultra. Every fucking time I go on. Didn't even fucking care, didn't even think, didn't even freaking worry about the shit that I had been through in life. Didn't even fucking realize that. But the minute I started to make videos about it, all that shit got fucking shut down quick. Real quick. That's why I don't like the fact that freaking the two somewhat saps in my family, the followers, the things that were made to be. Oh God, it disgusts me. I came from a fucking very awesome family, and the problem is that fucking because of things that others did that affected certain covenants within inside the fucking, and affected everybody within inside the fucking covenants themselves. It's like these were just the fucking, it was just like, spiteful is what spiteful does. Yo, if you and wow, I want to puke. That's what I want to freaking do. That's what I want to do. Give me a second. Okay. There are the people that amongst the stuff that is not supposed to be talked about, like the way that I'm doing, there were rules with these people that they wouldn't cross certain lines because it became too chaotic to fucking really figure out what the fuck really was going on. So there were alliance agreements made with even other covenants from different places, not just the covenants that that's what I'm saying. It's like they everything's fucked. I'm trying to explain to you that that's why I'm saying it's not that I know what you're going to say. It's that around the time that I was getting messages, I can't say that I remember anything from Instagram. So when you sent me that message to Instagram, okay, I can't say that I actually remembered that. I know that I was getting a lot of weird messages when it came to the YouTube. But then there was these it's just like it sort of happens now. You know when you send me a message, even if it's one message, it shows up as two messages. That's anybody. That's anybody. If somebody sends me one message, it shows up as two messages. If somebody sends me two messages, it can show up as anywhere between 3 to 4 messages. Yeah. Yo. Sometimes people send me messages, I don't even get those alerts. And these are all through YouTube, right? But I don't get those alerts there. I get those alerts in my regular. If somebody is fucking with where my mail is showing up. My friend sends me a text message through my phone. I don't get the text message in my phone, but yet their phone says that it actually went through and was sent. Where the fuck was it sent? So then that will happen 2 to 3 different times where the message says it's been sent. That means that fucking it connected somewhere. But it didn't connect to me. But 3 things later, it connected to me. So then I finally get the message. I'm like, oh yeah, I finally got it. Well, it says that all 3 of them, or all how many were sent. Same thing, vice versa. As I go to send a text message, I don't have too many friends. But I do have a lot of friends. I have a lot of people that I know have fucking rooted for me. And I know that freaking all those things that I'm talking about are extremely, extremely right on point. Others, due to look-alike situations, lookalikes are different than clones. Clones are clones, okay? And nowadays they're like, oh, no, bullshit. That shit's been going on and we all know it. We all know it. But they don't talk about the fucking problem when it comes to the fucking fact that they've done this. I was told directly that a lot of the times the clones come out fucked up. And I don't mean physically. I mean fucking like they come out fucking in other words, they are not. They are not of the same nature of the person that they cloned. And then you got the real scientific motherfuckers, okay, that know about this shit, that were trying to figure out how not to have that happen. I'm not going to claim to know anything when I know about the markers. I know about certain markers that they put in the fucking gene sequence. Things that fucking even one of those fucking CRISPR machines may not exactly pick up on. If that's why yo man, it's fucking, or that, and I've heard that term used. That's why I'm using it now. CRISPR machines. In other words, the gene splicing and the fucking and like in other words, this program, it can fucking run through a person's DNA and fucking map it within fucking minutes or hours or some shit, compared to the fact that it would take fucking, and it did in the beginning, it took like teams of like 100, 200, 300, 400 people, and it took them fucking months to fucking just go through their little tiny piece of their fucking, of the gene sequence. Trust me, man, I know, because I was right there explaining some of this shit to people who needed to fuck, but there was already people that knew, period, about this shit too, on top of that. People are fucked, man. People are so fucked. Holy shit. Holy shit. You see, before gene editing software and them taking the time to map the fucking genomes and all this, fucking complicated scientific shit. Before that, there was the simple fallback of dog breeding. You have, like, in other words, this whole fucking video, I don't know whether you have seen this video before or you know what that's why I'm saying it's like, this is all I know, because when I was shown some of these videos that I'm making right now, as of today, as of freaking, the October freaking 7th or 8th, you know what I'm saying, 2021, some of these things were shown to me throughout my life, but this is not where I grew up. These videos were being shown to me in bits and pieces once in a while in the school system I grew up in the fucking town that I grew up in the fucking fact that, like, how you gonna believe if you don't fucking, if I'm like, dude, I'm 10. I'm freaking 10. I don't have a beard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Anthony, look at the marks on your face. Look at this. It's like, those marks will become this. Eventually you're going to have this. Guess what? Fucking, when I got jumped, it's like the pictures of the little scar that I got above this scar. I was like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the waking up process. It is hard to believe. And then that's where the term bad actors actually originated from, because people were finding shit and they were like, oh, these bad actors, blah blah blah. Bullshit, man. Okay, they thought that people were literally fucking like acting out. That's why I keep saying, like, oh, which way am I moving my hands? Am I moving my hands the right way? Is my finger touching the part of the screen that fucking needs to be at that precise? Because if somebody had clips of these, trust me, this whole thing has been getting fucking... A lot of celebrities know. A lot of freaking celebrities. Probably every fucking celebrity knows. There are things that are very, very complicated, and that's the whole thing. It's just like heavy witchcraft. It's like there's certain points where if you're paying attention to the wrong deity or angel or demon or whatever you want to consider it, it's like there's a chance that you will not be yourself no more. It is dangerous to play with magic. And that's another thing that I brought to the table of this is the freaking mimics. They were aware of the mimics. They just weren't aware. They from what I understand, they were not aware of the depth of the mimics. And literally, but all they knew is that certain things were going wrong and they were blaming each other. Yeah. That's why I'm saying I'm not claiming to know what you're going to say next. There might be little bits and pieces, like I was warned about, just like you had that same freaking. It's like, I was not so much warned as made aware of. That sums that up. Not to mention that there, all that stuff that I'm saying, yo, man, it's like, yo, wow, wow. You know how pissed I am? All that stuff that I'm saying is true. And to think, like, I didn't even know who these fucking, it's like, I just tried being the best person I could be. Why I didn't realize that there was other people that were being made fully aware. I was not being made fully aware. I was being briefed, and I mean briefed. I mean sentences out of entire lifespan, fucking from people I barely even fucking knew. That once I had started waking it up, I had to go back into my brain and find those fucking times that I put somewhere deep in my fucking head as fucking odd, and fucking had to go through all that shit and find out, were these people that were saying this, were they just crazy, or did they have some fucking... But either way, they were pretty much stored in the same spot, you know? In the back of my fucking brain, somewhere where I was just like, okay, that was fucking completely odd at the time. See, I'm not yelling at you. I'm saying this because I am so disgusted with everyone's bullshit. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. And yes, I'm taking the time to make this video, but trust me, it's not like there's too many people writing me. They are corralling me into fucking talking to certain people. Some people, that's what I'm saying, they all, it's all about, it's all about the whole free will thing. It's like, well, if we have free will, but if they're only allowing people to go through one door at a time, I could say this: I never brought up any of this shit in school. Never brought up any of this shit in school. There were the things that people fucking found out. Sometimes I would be asking myself, how the fuck did they know? Because I'm thinking the only thing I could come up with, oh, so then they have to be somewhat fucking connected too. The things that I was told to forget about, I completely forgot about. It's the other fucking people that didn't have the fucking spotlight on them that kept fucking bringing shit up that they shouldn't have even known about. And that's the end of the fucking story there, too. That kid, I brought up that kid Malthus, Malthesius or Malthus or whatever. In other words, he started talking to me it's what I'm saying. It's this whole fucking thing is insane.